Hello and welcome back. This is Vusani Invest, brought to you by Vusani Badane. In today's episode, what I'm going to be doing with you guys, I'm going to show you guys how I analyze my stocks. This will also give you an insight as to how you're going to go about analyzing your stocks so that you make a sound decision before you invest. Stay tuned, guys, and with this, let's go straight into it. So guys, when you analyze a stock, there's two types of analysis that can be done. The first one is fundamental analysis, and the second being technical analysis. So with fundamental analysis, you're more concerned with the question why. Why you are investing in the company that you're investing into. And with technical, it's more about when. When is the right time to invest in the company that you want to invest in. So technical is more concerned with the price, whereas with your fundamental, it's more concerned with the reasoning behind you buying those shares. So I'll go through the fundamental analysis as opposed to the technical analysis that we can look at in another video. So when we're dealing with fundamental analysis, there's a few things that I go through before I actually buy my stock. So the first thing that I look into is the industry of which that stock belongs in. So I will then use my own knowledge, and if I don't have enough knowledge in the industry, I'll then do a little research and I'll ask myself if this is an industry that I'll want to be invested in. And also I don't want to buy too many shares in one industry. Then I'm not diversifying enough. Then I'm more concentrated in one industry. And then the next thing that I will then look into, or I ask myself, I call it the 20-year test rule. You'll then take that company that you're buying stocks in and ask yourself if that company can stand the test of time. Will that company be there after 20 years? Okay. With that, after that, I will then look into valuation. So valuation is where I look into the share price versus the fair price of the stock. Is the share price trading considerably higher than the fair value of the stock? If it is, then it's overvalued. And I don't want to be buying into an overvalued stock, because in due time the market will realize that the share is overvalued, and then it will rebalance and I will lose gains. So I then look into that and see if my stock is undervalued or if it's overvalued. Next thing that I will then analyze is the PE ratio. The PE ratio is when I'm looking at your price to earnings ratio. That helps me to determine if the stock is expensive relative to the industry and relative to other shares within its industry. From there, I look into the future growth of the company. With the future growth of the company, I want to make sure that as I'm buying my shares, the share price is always based on the future earnings. So I want to know that this company has got a good projection into the future in terms of its earnings and its growth. And then you look into your financial health of the company. By financial health, we're talking about looking into your financial statements. What do the financial statements of the company tell you about that company? Is the company's short-term assets enough to cover its short to long-term liabilities? If anything was to happen and the creditors of the company were to ask for their money back, will the company still be liquid enough to operate going forward? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Then we'll look into your dividends. Your dividends are basically the reward that the companies actually pay you for being loyal to the company, for holding on to the stock. And then the last thing that I do analyze before I buy my shares is the management of the company. So that is very important. What do you look at when you're looking at the management? You're looking at the tenure of the CEO, how long has the CEO been part of this business, the overall tenure of the management team, how long have they been working together, the reputation of the management team. So with that being said, I'll then use all that information that I just told you about to analyze the share, and then it'll give me either a buy signal or I don't buy the stock. But that's what I use. You guys can use different things. Comment, let me know what you guys use to analyze your shares before you buy. And yeah, we can compare notes and I can learn from you guys as well. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this was informative. Do like, do subscribe, and we'll do another one very soon. Thank you so much.